Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, man. Welcome to Beyond Classic Rock. Today, man, I've got an album reaction for you. It is the music of Sufjan Stevens, and he has an album called Illinois. So it'll be quite interesting. I understand that it's dealing with Illinois and perhaps history and cultural things in history. Anyway, man, I just want to give a shout out and thanks to Jack Serra. Jack, thanks for introducing me to something new, man. He says, hey, Wayne, for my next submission, I'm requesting the first half of Sufjan Stevens' double album, Illinois. This is arguably a concept album since every song is inspired by the state of Illinois. Thanks again and hope you enjoy it. Sounds good, man. I'm sure I will. So, never heard of Sufjan Stevens. Then again, there's just so many really excellent acts out there that falls between the social cracks, and unless you're big mainstream or unless you're in the right place, you'll never actually get to discover some of these great contemporary acts, man. But that's why this platform is so cool. We got good, cool people like Jack introducing us to people like this. Okay, yeah, so holy shit. There's a lot of tracks here. Okay, but a lot of them are short. Alright. So this is side one of Illinois. Let's get it.
When the revenant came down, we couldn't imagine what it was. In the spirit of 3 stars, the alien thing that took its form. Then to Lebanon, oh God, the flashing at night, the sirens grow and grow. History involved itself, mysterious shade that took its form. Or what it was, incarnation, 3 stars, delivering signs and dusting from their eyes.
I remember these sightings. But wasn't it 3 circles? 3 giant glowing circles? Okay, that's his sound.
Your law's gone, I think about it now.
Ancient hieroglyphic, other South Pacific, typically terrific, busy and prolific. Classical devotion, architect emotion, lacking in emotion, think about it now. Chicago, the new age, what would Frank Lloyd Wright say? Oh, Columbia, amusement or treasure, these optimistic measures of the fairest civilizations, flooding limitations, if you got the patience, celebrate the actions. Columbia.
Columbian Exposition. You really got to be up on your history, contemporary and days past, to be able to put together such intricate pieces. The music is kind of capturing the tone and the vibe of the state. I got a lot of subscribers in Illinois.
To sleep last night, and the ghost of Carl, he approached my window. I was hypnotized, I was asked to improvise on the attitude, the regret of a thousand centuries of death.
With the heart of terror and the superstitious prayer, I am writing on the wall, I am writing on the wall. Even in my best condition, counting all the superstition, I am writing on the wall, I am writing on the wall.
And we laughed at the attitudes of a thousand lives. We were asked at the attitudes they reminded us of death.
Even with the Rasputin, everything is antiquated. Are you writing from the heart? Are you writing from the heart? Even in his heart, the devil has to know the water level. Are you writing from the heart? Are you writing from the
And I cried myself to sleep last night, for the earth and materials, they may sound just right to me.
Even with the Rasputin, everything is antiquated. Are you writing from the heart? Are you writing from the heart? Even in his heart, the devil has to know the water level. Are you writing from the heart? Are you writing from the heart?
That was awesome. That was an excellent, excellent piece. John Wayne Gacy Jr. Damn. How many people did this guy actually kill?
His father was a drinker, and his mother cried in bed. Folding John Wayne's t-shirts when the swing set hit his head. The neighbors, they adored him for his humor and his conversation. Look underneath the house there, find the few living things riding fast in their sleep. Oh, the dead. 27 people, even more. They were boys with their cars, summer jobs. Oh my God. Are you one of them? He dressed up like a clown for them, with his face paint white and red. And on his best behavior, in a dark room on the bed, he kissed them all. He'd killed 10,000 people with a sleight of his hand, running far, running fast to the dead. He took off all their clothes for them. He put a cloth on their lips, quiet hands, quiet kiss on the moon.
Props to him for tackling something like this, man.
And in my best behavior, I am really just like him. Look beneath the floorboards for the secrets I have hid.
There is a series right now, an interview with a killer featuring Gacy. I wonder if this song has any attachment to it. That was a crazy time. Jacksonville.
I'm not afraid of the black man running. He's got it right, he's got a better life coming. And I don't care what the captain said, I fold it right at the top of my head. I lost my sight and the state backs in. I follow my heart and it leads me right to Jackson.
He's putting himself back in the times. He's not just singing about the times.
She gave us a medal, she gave us a medal. turn around and I give it one more try. I said things that I meant to say. The bandstand chairs and the Dewey Day Parade. I go out to the golden age. The spirit is right and the spirit doesn't change. She gave us a mirror, she gave us a man. If seeing is right, then look where you're at.
I really dig the use of the brass in his music. It's well placed.
Andrew Jackson, all I'm asking, show us the wheel and give us the wine. Raise the banner, Jackson hammer. Everyone goes to the Capitol line. Coloration, nice to meet you. The spirit is here and the spirit is fine. Education, as the nation. You give us our sight and the hearing is fine. Andrew Jackson, all I'm asking, give us the wheel and give us the wine.
Nice. He had a lot to say in that song, Dan. So a lot of history in Jackson, brother.
One, two, three, four. Our stepmom, we did everything to hate her. She took us down to the edge of Decatur. We saw the lion and the kangaroo take her down to the river where they caught a wild alligator. Sangamon River, it overflowed. It caused a mudslide on the banks of the operator. Civil War skeletons in their graves. They came up clapping in the spirit of the aviator. The sound of the engines and the smell of the grain. We go riding on the abolition grain train. Stephen A. Douglas was a great debater, but Abraham Lincoln was the great emancipator. fairy tale. I had my fill, and I know how bad it feels. Stay awake and watch for the data. No small caterpillar, go congratulate her. Stand up and thank 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 all things go. Drove to Chicago. All things know, all things know. We sold our clothes to the state. I don't mind, I don't mind. I made a lot of mistakes in my mind, in my mind. You came to take us. All things go, all things go, to recreate us. All things go, all things go. We had a mindset. All things know, all things know. You had to find it. All things go, all things go. I drove to New York in a van with my friend. We slept in parking lots. I don't mind, I don't mind. I was in love with the place. In my mind, in my mind. I made a lot of mistakes. In my mind, in my mind. You came to take us. All things go, all things go, to recreate us. All things grow, all things grow. We had our mindset. All things know, all things know. You had to find it. All things go, all things go.
Wouldn't that be nice? Traveling from one state to another, getting connected to the history of the vibe. Having the time to do that.
If I was crying in the van with my friend, it was for freedom from myself and from the land. I made a lot of mistakes. 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 You came to take
artist in music. It seems to broaden the whole aspect of things, doesn't it? It seems to make it bigger, fuller. I think that's the reason I like Chicago so much, the band. Also gives a bit of a festive feel. That was excellent. Great song. Chasm Pulaski Day.
Goldenrod and the 4-H stone, the things I brought you when I found out you had cancer of the bone. Your father cried on the telephone, and he drove his car into the Navy Yard just to prove that he was sorry. In the morning, through the window shade, when the light pressed up against your shoulder blade, I could see what you were reading. All the glory that the Lord has made, and the complications you could do without, when I kissed you on the mouth. Tuesday night at the Bible study, we lift our hands and pray over your body, but nothing ever happens. I remember at Michael's house in the living room when you kissed my neck and I almost touched your blouse. In the morning at the top of the stairs, when your father found out what we did that night, and you told me you were scared. All the glory when you ran outside with your shirt tucked in and your shoes untied, and you told me not to follow you. Sunday night, when I clean the house, I find the card where you wrote it out with the pictures of your mother. On the floor at the Great Divide, with my shirt tucked in and my shoes untied, I am crying in the bathroom. In the morning, when you finally go, and the nurse runs in with her head hung low, and the cardinal hits the window. In the morning, in the winter shade, on the 1st of March, on the holiday, I thought I saw you breathing. All the glory that the Lord has made, and the complications when I see his face in the morning in the window. All the glory when he took our place, but he took my shoulders and he shook my face, and he takes and he takes and he takes.
All right, man. So that's Illinois. Sufjan Stevens. To tackle a project such as this requires for someone to have really, really good, strong intuition and be a really, really excellent storyteller in song, and also have a great, great appreciation for to be creative, to be expressive, and really appreciate the subject matter of what you're singing about on such a large scale, man. Props. That is a serious creative being that we're dealing with here in this guy. Really amazing stuff, man. Fantastic. How many artists wish that they had creative charms like this, right? Certainly not just one-dimensional. And one-dimensional artists, hey, they've given us a lot of great things. We can think of a whole bunch of them off the top of our heads. But how great is it when you encounter someone like this who can create, who can express, who can convey, who can take you on a trip with them, who can make you visualize things, feel things, who's not scared to tackle certain things. The John Wayne Gacy one, that got me, yo. And of course, Jacksonville. So much history in Jacksonville. The Underground Railroad and shit, man. Yeah, he's singing about some really, really interesting things. And props to you, man, for putting this all together. It must have taken a very long time. And the way he incorporated certain elements in the music to give you a mood and a feel, like the brass in certain places. Very, very great creative mind, and he's probably got some great support and some really great creative minds behind him as well. This was excellent. All right, man. You see how cool this platform is, man? I would never have thought to source something like this out, but you've got all of these different people showing you things, introducing you to different things. It's fantastic. And addressing that giant elephant of this channel. Yeah, I get this weekly. I get messages like, oh, damn, Wayne, yo, man, you only got a couple of thousand subscribers. Yo, if you gave Tool or Radiohead the Led Zeppelin treatment, this channel would blow the hell up, just like your classic rock platform. Oh, if I give those guys the Led Zeppelin treatment, there wouldn't be time to discover stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? It's a melting pot of all kinds of stuff coming in. I mean, today we've got folk rock, historical, contemporary mix like this. Tomorrow, it's some soul grooves. The next day, it's some folk rock. The next day, it's is it progressive metal? Marco, I think it's a progressive metal concept album. So, variety, you know what I'm saying? That's what I really dig about this platform. And again, as much as I love Led Zeppelin, they completely took over and inundated and infested my classic rock channel. I mean, it's great, but you don't want the same thing to happen on another platform. You know what I'm saying? So, addressing the giant elephant in the room for this channel, I'm grateful because I would not have the time to discover something like this, right? So, I am sticking to my convictions, sticking to my guns. And you guys don't know me very well, but I could give two hoots about likes, subscriptions, traffic, all of that shit. I'm not doing music reactions for any of those reasons. And no judgment or shaming towards anyone else who have different reasons. My reasons and my motivations are completely different. It's the discovery factor for me. It's the edification factor for me. It's the appreciating artists and how they create and what they're trying to get you to convey. You know, whether they're big and renowned, whether they're small and you'll never hear about them or whatever the case is. Love that shit, man. If I had not had an open mind towards approaching this sort of thing, I would never have heard of J.J. Grow and Mofro. I would never have had the pleasure of knowing the great Daryl Hance. You know what I'm saying? And one of these days, Daryl, brother, I'm going to bring my ass down to Florida and shake your hand. Put a pin in that for sure. So, let's do this. Let's get to know this lad, man. Sufjan Stevens. Very interesting name too. I've never heard it. So, yeah, we'll do a little bit on the man himself and then check out the overall big picture of what he was trying to do with this album, man. Some history. Sufjan Stevens is an American singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist. He has released 9 solo studio albums and multiple collaborative albums with other artists. Stevens has received Grammy and Academy Award nominations. His debut album, A Sun Came, was released in 2000 on the Asthmatic Kitty label, which he co-founded with his stepfather. He received wide recognition for his 2005 album, Illinois, which hit #1 on the Billboard Top Heat Seekers chart, and for the single, Chicago, from that album. Stevens later contributed to the soundtrack of the 2017 film, Call Me By Your Name. He received an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Song and a Grammy nomination for Best Song Written for Visual Media for the soundtrack's lead single, Mystery of Love. Stevens has released albums of varying styles, from the electronica of the Age of Ads and the lo-fi folk of Seven Swans to the symphonic instrumentation of Illinois and Christmas-themed songs for Christmas. He employs various instruments, often playing many of them himself on the same recording. Stevens' music is also known for exploring various themes, particularly religion and spirituality. Stevens' ninth and latest studio album, Convocations, was released in 2021. Illinois. Illinois, sometimes spelled as Illinois, is a 2005 concept album by American singer-songwriter Sufjan Stevens. His fifth studio album, it features songs referencing places, events, and persons related to the U.S. state of Illinois. Illinois is Stevens' second based on a U.S. state, part of a planned series of 50 that began with the 2003 album Michigan, and that Stevens has since acknowledged was a joke. Wow, that's quite an undertaking. He's got the creative chops to do it, so all the power to you, man. Stevens recorded and produced the album at multiple venues in New York using low-fidelity studio equipment and a variety of instruments between late 2004 and early 2005. The artwork and lyrics explore the history, culture, art, and geography of the state. Stevens developed them after analyzing criminal, literary, and historical documents. Following its release, Stevens promoted Illinois with a world tour. Critics praised the album for its well-written lyrics and complex orchestrations. In particular, reviewers noted Stevens' progress as a songwriter since the release of Michigan. Illinois was named the best-reviewed album of 2005 by review aggregator Metacritic and was included on several reviewers' Best of the Decade lists, including those of Paste, NPR, and Rolling Stone. According to aggregate website Acclaimed Music, Illinois is the most acclaimed album of 2005, 7th most acclaimed album of the 2000s, and 95th most acclaimed album in history. Made the top 100. The album amounted to Stevens' greatest public success to date. It was his first to place on the Billboard 200, and it topped the Billboard list of Heat Seekers albums. The varied instrumentation and experimental songwriting on the album invoked comparisons to work by Steve Reich, Neil Young, and The Cure. On this platform, there is an excellent Steve Reich reaction. Check it out. It's by VoiceOver. Besides numerous references to Illinois, Stevens continued a theme of his songwriting career by including multiple references to his Christian faith. I like that, but he doesn't come overbearing with it, you know what I mean? Reviewers have noted similarities between this album and those of musicians and composers in several musical genres, from pop to contemporary classical, even show tunes and jazz-based time signatures. The lyrics and their rich thematic elements have been noted for their literary quality, earning comparisons to Ralph Waldo Emerson, Henry David Thoreau, William Carlos Williams, Walt Whitman. You get the idea. Genre labels that have been applied to the album include indie folk, indie pop, indie rock, folk rock, anti-folk, chamber folk, and lo-fi. Wow, man. There's just so many genres in music, you know? But that's a great thing. It just goes to show. It's just, so many options. Catherine Lewis of the Washington Post responded favorably to the album, stating that it has well-written lyrics, comparing Stevens' rhyming to that of Stephen Merritt. Lewis cited Kazimir Pulaski Day as one of the most memorable songs of the album. In December 2005, American webzine Somewhere Cold voted Illinois CD of the Year on their 2005 Somewhere Cold Awards Hall of Fame list. Okay. Illinois received recognition with inclusion on numerous reviewers' Best of the Year and Best of the Decade lists. Okay, and it's kind of giving us another recap of what I already read. And oh, wow. Yeah, really, really good reviews here from all the big notable reviewers. Yo, even this pinhead had something good to say. But I'm not gonna read anything this guy has to say on my damn channel. To hell with you, dude. Let's go down to the last bit here. The album has won the 2005 New Pantheon Award, a type of short list music prize. The album was also included in the book 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die. Finally, Paste listed Stevens as one of their 100 best living songwriters in 2006, primarily due to the writing on Michigan and Illinois. Yeah, definitely he would make that list, man. This is a great creative undertaking, and triumphantly so, you know what I'm saying? It isn't just something that you'll hear once and say to yourself, oh, that's really nice, that's cute. You will remember this shit, man. Really good work here. All right, man. Jack Serro. Jack Serro, dude, you have given me some really excellent things in the last, how long have you been around with me, dude? 3 years? It's been over 3 years. You're one of my first patrons. I don't believe you're one of my first subscribers. Usually I go by the separation element. Most of my first subscribers, longest running subscribers, have my private email, most of them. So yeah, you're one of my first patrons though, on both platforms. I appreciate you, brother. You've really sent me some great stuff in the last couple of years, man. So thanks again for this, introducing me to something new. All right, so moving along. Amy, Charles, Jeffrey, Jerry, got some reactions coming up. And like I said, all of the different little genre specifics that I listed are among these folks. So I'm looking forward to that. I believe it's some soul grooves coming up next. And then Amy's reaction. I can't remember what Amy's got for us. I can't remember. I think she's got some soul grooves for us as well. Some things I remember, some things I don't. You know, I get a recommendation sent to me. I put it in a folder, and a couple of weeks later, I come back to it. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. But it's always a mix of variety on this platform, and that's what I appreciate the most about this platform. All right, y'all. Thanks again, Jack. I appreciate this, man. And what else was I going to say? I was going to say something else, man. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I've done a 5th reaction to Yoyoka Soma. Yoyoka Soma is a young drummer from Japan, and she is a sensation, man. She has got, when you're talking about intuition, like Sufjan Stevens there, she's got a great intuition for music and cohesion, and she's really got a good vibe sensation where it comes to the drums, man. So check her out. And she's starting to do her own creative works and stuff like that, and she is held in really excellent respect by a lot of great people in the industry, including the great Ian Pace from Deep Purple fame. So check her out. I just recently did, it's the 5th installment, so I'm calling it the Great Rock Drummer Series, you know, featuring Yoyoka. So this is my 5th one. So check it out. There's, all 5 are posted on this platform. And I believe I'll have to double check, all 5 are on the Classic Rock platform as well, a great crossover artist. So check that out, man, and let me know what you think and how this great young lady is going to take the world by storm. She's already doing it, but I think when she gets a little older and you get a feel for more of her creative chops, she's going to be really excellent. Anyways, that is what I was going to say. So, back to Jack. Thank you again, Jack. And I believe this might be our last collaboration on this platform. I'll be around here and there, you know what I mean? It's not like you'll never see me again, but it's going to be really slowing down and winding down going forward here. I believe on this platform I've got maybe another 8 reactions to go, and then it's going to be quiet. A lot of the times what you're going to see is mainly some activity from me on my classic rock platform, because most of the artists I cover in mass and in total are more on the classic rock side. And of course, there's always a time period in the year where a lot of our classic rock icons pass, and so you'll be seeing a little bit more activity from me in sporadic periods, doing tribute reactions, that sort of thing. Of course, on this platform too, we're going to have some really great icons pass as well. But with the classic rock platform, I think I'm just going to be a little bit more present and active there periodically. I just have that feeling. But I'll keep this platform going as well. Anyways, speaking of it, that's what I was going to say as well. I am going to try to re-upload and repost a number of reactions from this platform that have just kind of, I don't know, just disappeared. And back in the days, I used to get a notification when all of a sudden something became unlisted. But going through it, every once in a while, I got to go through the entire body of stuff, and I see that it's unlisted for some reason, and I know that I made it public. So I'm going to have to go through, do some spring cleaning, and then repost and re-upload stuff that, all of a sudden, I think what happens is it goes into a loop. It's public one day, and then it becomes blocked the next. And then instead of it becoming public again, it becomes unlisted again. And so it's up to me to make sure that I monitor this. And when I see that it's unlisted, that means that I can actually make it public because it's no longer blocked. And then I have to make it public again, or try to, and then see what the algorithm allows. I've been going through that in the last couple of months with especially the Led Zeppelin content. I don't know why specifically Led Zeppelin, but in the last couple of months, there was like dozens of Led Zeppelin content all of a sudden out of nowhere, like one after the other, becoming unblocked. But when they became unblocked, they weren't public anymore. They became unlisted. So anyway, just so you know what I'm going to be doing in the next little while in regards to kind of winding down my reactions, I'm going to have to go through, I believe that I've got over a dozen reactions that are unlisted that I've got to review and repost. So I'll be doing that in the next little while. Anyway, have a good one. Take care. Next time you see me will be tomorrow. It'll be some soul grooves. And then after that, it'll be Amy's reaction. I'll see you then. Peace.